Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today we have the Europa League round of 32 leg 1 predictions. I'm here by myself. I said that in the Champions League video that went out on Saturday. First of all, anyone that watched the Champions League video that's watching this, thank you for the support. It's been fantastic. 400 views in 2 days. Wasn't quite expecting that number, but it's always nice to see that number considering what I should be aiming for. Pretty much we averaged about 100 views per video, I'd say, and the European ones do better. So if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We have European predictions covered, and also it's not too late to check out the Champions League video. As this goes out, the first games kick off tomorrow, and of course we'll have next week's fixtures as well in that video because it's part of leg 1. So the Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea match, for example, is going to be in that video, so go and check it out. It's obviously been in the eye by now, and it will be on the outro card at the end of the video. But you're here for the Europa League predictions. As you can see next to me, we do have all 16 games that are going to be in this round of 32, an extra round of course for the Europa League because of the amount of teams. Kind of a weird graphic, but it's the only way I could fit everything on. At the top you can see my results and scores. I was piss poor in terms of results, I feel, up until the last 2 weeks when I watched them back last night to get the results, and scores 6% out of 144. I'll take it. I've got the same in the Champions League at 96, so yeah, but you're here for these predictions. It's going to be a long video for the amount of games, so let's get right into it. So the first game is Braga taking on Roma. This is the first meeting between the two sides. Former Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea manager Carlos Carvalhal is the current Braga boss, and the current Roma manager Paulo Francesca is a former Braga boss himself, leading the Portuguese side to the Portuguese Cup in 2016. Both teams finished with 13 points in the group stages. Braga have 7 out of 10 wins in their last 10 games, losing 2-0 to Sporting and Ferreira. And Juventus have 6 out of 10 wins, losing to Juventus, Atalanta and Lazio. Braga at home this season have picked up 7 out of 9 possible wins, losing once to Santa Clara back in September. They also had the second best defensive record in the league at home, only conceding 6 goals. Roma out of 10 away games only have 4 wins, losing 5 times, which is the worst record in the current top 8 in the Serie A. Braga for this game will be without their winger Francisco. All of my injuries and potential doubts are going to be based off of FootMob's injury list, just to put it out there. And Roma will be without Zaniolo for this game, and Chris Smalling is also a doubt. Now before I do give my score prediction, if you want to see more of these predictions, then subscribe to the channel. We will have the round of 32 second leg. I'm trying to get someone on it with me to do the video. Not entirely too sure who it would be at the moment, but I'm trying to get someone for the video that will go out on Sunday because Spurs' game next week kicks off on Wednesday night. And of course, like the video. If you do enjoy these predictions, give it a like, and as I said earlier about the Champions League video, check that out at the end. But for this game between Braga and Roma, I'm favouring the Portuguese side to win because of their home record in the league and Roma's poor record away. I'm going 2-1 to the Portuguese team. And now on top of the table clash in their respective leagues. Dynamo Kiev taking on Club Brugge. The last time these two teams met was in the Champions League playoffs last season when it was a 3-3 draw at Dynamo Kiev Stadium, and Brugge did get knocked out by the Ukrainian team on aggregate. Both teams did drop from the Champions League this season though. Club Brugge put up a fantastic fight on match day 6 against Lazio, coming up just short in a 2-2 draw. In terms of league form, Dynamo Kiev only returned to league football this weekend after a 2-month break, winning 3-1. Dynamo Kiev are top of the league, as I said, with the best defensive record in the league. They've only lost once this season as well, but that one loss coming at home to Shakhtar Donetsk. Club Brugge, of course, as well, as I said, are top of the league. They've only lost once this season as well, with that loss being away to Leuven earlier on in the season. Club Brugge, to the more English fans, I'd say, do have 3 notable players in Simon Mignolet, Chong from Manchester United. I'm not sure whether that's on loan or not, but I know they have him. And to a more general fan base, if you have more of football knowledge, they who do have Bas Dost, the Dutch striker. This game, I think it's going to be very tight. Kiev have got some rest, but they've not had match fitness from the league. Bruges, pretty decent team over in Belgium. For this game, I'm actually going with a 0-0 draw. And now a fantastic game in my opinion. We have Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda, don't know how you say the name, taking on AC Milan. The last time these two teams met was back in 2006 when AC Milan got the better of the Serbian side. Both teams are former Champions League winners as well. And the home boss Stankovic did used to play in Italian football for Lazio and AC's big rivals Inter Milan. Red Star are top of their league this season, unbeaten with 19 out of 21 wins, conceding the least goals in the league as well as scoring the most at home with 31 and only conceding 4. In the groups, Red Star did lose to Hoffenheim once but done the double over Belgian side Ghent. Milan are second in the league behind their rivals Inter, and away from home they have 7 out of 9 wins, with their only loss coming on the weekend to then in the bottom 3, Spezia. In terms of injuries for this game, Red Star have no injury concerns. The only concern AC Milan have is that former City player Brahim Diaz is a doubt for the game. In terms of the score, I think it's going to be pretty close. Red Star have that dodgy tunnel, you could call it, leading out to the game. AC Milan should have enough to win possibly, but a lot of people will write Red Star off, I feel, and I actually think this is going to be a 1-1 draw. Now Krasnodar taking on Dynamo Zagreb, a game that personally I'm not too interested in, so I'm not going to speak about it too much. Zagreb are top of the league. Krasnodar have a familiar face in their team in Remy Kabaya, who used to play for Newcastle. Krasnodar, Russian football hasn't resumed in a while, so their only form of fitness has been through friendlies, which isn't much really when you think about it compared to league football. For this game I'm going with the Croatian side to win 2-0. And now Olympiacos versus PSV. This is the first competitive meeting between the two sides. Olympiacos did knock out Arsenal in the round of 32 last year, which brought me a lot of satisfaction. Olympiacos have 18 out of 22 wins this season, scoring the most and conceding the least, but did lose on the weekend to Panathinaikos. And at home they have a 100% record, winning 11 out of 11 and only conceding 2 goals. Olympiacos, they do have Socrates now from Arsenal. They signed him in January, and PSV have young English striker Nordin Bukele, who's actually a doubt for this game. In terms of score prediction, I favour the Greek side to win 1-0. Now Real Sociedad taking on Manchester United, definitely the highlight game when it got pulled out of the bag back in December. This is the first meeting since 2013 when it was a 0-0 draw at Real Sociedad's ground as well. Sociedad of course do have former City player David Silva. Also important to mention, this game is being played in Turin at the Juventus Stadium, so both teams playing away. Real Sociedad away from home in La Liga have 6 out of 12 wins, with 3 losses coming to Sevilla, Barcelona and Valladolid. And they have scored the second most goals away from home this season. Manchester United on the other hand have not lost at home in the Premier League, with 8 wins out of 12, scoring the most in the league so far in home and away games. Real Sociedad will be without centre-back Pacheco, and Manchester United will be without Paul Pogba, which could be a massive blow. I think this game is going to be very wide open. United have been pretty poor in recent games since they beat Southampton 9-0. I actually think this game is going to be a good old Desmond 2-2. And now Slavia Praha taking on Leicester. This is the first meeting between the two sides. Praha in their league have gone unbeaten so far in the league, with 16 out of 19 wins, scoring the most and conceding the least. Leicester away from home have the second best away record in the league. Slavia Praha are with 9 games without a win against English teams as well, just a random stat that I found when doing research. Leicester for this game will be without Castagna, Justin, Fofana, Perez and somebody else for this game. I can't remember who it is. I think it'd be pretty tough for Leicester, but I do think they'll have enough to win this game. I'm going 2-1 to the Foxes. Now Wolfsberger versus Tottenham. If you're new here, I am a Spurs fan. We've been pretty poor in our last games, only picking up 1 win in 5 in the Premier League, beating West Brom, knocked out of the Cup now, the FA Cup. We've been pretty shambolic. We're going to be without Joe Rodon for this game because we didn't list him in the Europa League team. Without Lo Celso, Reguilon's a doubt for this game, so is Aurier. Wolfsberger over in Austria, they were the champions last year I think, but they're not doing the best this season, sitting 7th. But I think Spurs are going to do a Spurs. Important to mention, this is being played at the Puskás Arena in Hungary, but I don't think that matters. I think we're actually going to lose this game 1-0. Now Young Boys taking on Bayer Leverkusen. In the group stages, Young Boys did leave it late to go through, scoring 2 goals in the 85th minute plus. This season Young Boys only have one loss, being to Servette, or however you pronounce their name. In the Europa League, Bayer Leverkusen have the best defensive record and the best offense record as well. They scored 21 goals in the group stages, but in the league they have lost 5 of their last 10 games. Leverkusen will be without some key first team players such as Lars Bender, Arias, Weiser, Baumgartlinger, Paulinho and Karen Bellarabi, but former Leicester player Demarai Gray will be looking to make his full debut in the Europa League for Bayer Leverkusen. In terms of a score prediction for this game, I'm actually favouring the Swiss side to win. I think Young Boys will win 2-1. Now Antwerp versus Rangers. This is the first meeting between the two sides. Rangers, of course, runners up back in 2008. They're unbeaten in the groups, they're unbeaten in the league. They're fantastic this season. They are 18 points ahead of Celtic, I think. And Antwerp, they're the best of the rest over in Belgium. They're 13 points behind Brugge, but they sit second. Both teams doing fairly well in their leagues. Probably the best they've both been doing in their recent history. But for this game, I can't look past Rangers. Steven Gerrard's side are fantastic in this competition last year and this year, and I think they will win this game 2-1. Now moving on to Benfica versus Arsenal. I'm not actually going to speak much about it because we're going to go over to someone who's not been on the channel. We're going to Connor for his preview on this game.
Right, so Arsenal versus Benfica in the round of 32 of the Europa League, the first leg. Arsenal at the moment not having a great season, but we've just come off the back of a convincing win against Leeds. Before that we sloped a bit, but things are looking up at the moment. For our Europa League run, I think Mikel Arteta's job largely depends on it really. We're only 6 points off of top 4 at the moment, but I can't see it happening, so I think we really need to have a push at this at the moment. Obviously last year it was so disappointing going out to Olympiacos. In regards to Benfica, they've been pretty poor in the league, especially to their standards. With a draw in their last game, and before that they were just very inconsistent. But they still have players, some familiar faces such as Julian Weigl from Dortmund, Grimaldo from Barcelona, Vertonghen from Spurs, and Otamendi from Man City, and even Taarabt, who remembers him. But they also have one of the hottest strikers in Europe at the moment in Unai Nunez. And in the group stage last time out, they were 2 points off the top, only to Rangers, but they comfortably qualified pretty much. So in regards to my prediction, I think it will be 2-1 to Arsenal, but there'll be a lot of pressure onto us in the next leg, and Aubameyang and Pepe will be the goal scorers.
So yeah, not much for me to add on to that. For me, in terms of a score prediction, I'm actually going with a 1-1 draw. Now Granada taking on Napoli. This is the first meeting between the two sides. This is Granada's debut in any European knockout. Granada are having another stable season over in La Liga, currently sitting 8th. There was 6 wins out of 12 at home, which is more than Villarreal and Real Sociedad. But they are going to be without key attacking players such as Soldado, who used to play for Tottenham, Matches and Wiener, who is on loan from Watford. Napoli have the best defensive record in the Serie A. They're in a close battle for a Champions League spot with Atalanta, Lazio, Roma and somebody else. But they will be without their main centre-backs Manolas and Koulibaly. They did win this competition in 1989 with Maradona in their side. Of course, they pay tribute to Maradona now because of his passing. In terms of the result for this game, I think it's going to be quite high scoring, and I favour Napoli to win. I'm going 4-2 to Napoli. Now Lille versus Ajax, both top of their leagues. Lille doing fantastic this season with only 2 losses to Angers and Brest. Ajax though were doing fantastic, and they're going to be going into this game without their record signing Haller because they forgot to add him onto their list, and without goalkeeper Onana because he's been suspended for 12 months. So Stekelenburg will be starting in goal for the Dutch side. I think Lille are going to be too strong from now. Without Haller and without Onana in goal, I think Lille are going to absolutely blow Ajax away, winning 3-0. Now Tel Aviv versus Shakhtar. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about Tel Aviv or Shakhtar this season. I'm just going to give a score prediction. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Tel Aviv. Now Molde versus Hoffenheim. Molde last year did finish second in the Norwegian league, but there's not been any games. They stopped playing in December because their new season starts in April. They've only played 2 friendlies. Hoffenheim was certainly doing better earlier in the season compared to now, but they should get something out of the game considering they've been playing league football. This is Hoffenheim's debut in the knockouts, and this game was also being played in Villarreal. Hoffenheim are unbeaten in this competition so far as well, being fantastic in the groups. Hoffenheim will be without some key players as well, such as Ryan Sessegnon and Kramaric. In terms of score prediction for this game, I am favouring Molde to win. I know I said that Hoffenheim should get something out of it, but I think Molde will win this game 1-0. And the final game on this graphic is Salzburg taking on Villarreal. Salzburg dropping from the Champions League. Of course, did have Dominik Szoboszlai, but not anymore because he's gone to Red Bull Leipzig. Villarreal, of course, another one of the teams that are unbeaten in this competition so far. Salzburg in the league have scored the most goals in the league and also at home. The Villarreal manager Unai Emery has won this competition 3 times before with other Spanish team Sevilla. Villarreal have only got 3 out of 11 wins away from home this season, having 6 draws but only 2 losses to Barcelona and Sevilla. Earlier on in the season, Villarreal went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions, and in the past few weeks have come back down to earth. Salzburg will be without on-loan Brighton fullback Bernardo through an injury. Villarreal will be without fullbacks Gaspar and Moreno, defensive midfielder pairing Ibora and Coquelin, as well as attacker Chukwueze, or however you say his name. He is also out injured. In terms of a score prediction for this game, I'm going with Villarreal's favourite result, a draw, a 1-1 draw. So yeah, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you did enjoy it. As I said before, subscribe and like the video and comment your predictions down below. I'm interested to see what you think for this set of fixtures. But yeah, nothing much to add to this. We will be back for the leg 2 predictions on Sunday. As I said, I'm going to try and get someone to do it with me. But yeah, for now, that is going to be it. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.